Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel!
Maayong gabi.
Evening.
So tonight we decided to try to make a video while one of our batas is already asleep and the other one is trying to be a wrecking ball for the camera, because whenever we try to do a video she just attacks it. So hopefully we'll be able to get through this video in time so that we can kind of tell our love story and how we met and how it first started, and hopefully give you guys a good understanding of how we came together. So, honey, how did we meet?
We met through a dating site.
And which one was that?
It's Filipino-Cupid.
Filipino-Cupid. Now, I watched several videos about other foreigners in the Philippines and the US, UK, Australia, and whatnot, and a lot of them gave recommendations for different sites, but Filipina-Cupid was the one that I decided to choose. It was just kind of random, no real reason other than I saw more positive comments about it than some of the other sites. That was pretty much it. But why did you join Filipina-Cupid, honey?
Well, it was my dream to marry an American guy since I was a kid. So, joining a dating site will be one of the way, I think, to be married to an American.
Yeah. Specifically, I joined the site because I was coming out of a 12-year bad marriage with a Filipina I had 2 kids with, and my plan was to retire and move to the Philippines, and I didn't think an American woman would want to move to the Philippines with a guy, so I figured I should probably just try a Filipina. And that's what I did.
You're not scared?
Oh, I was terrified. I mean, you don't know. It's like cringing, shaking. All right. So, who messaged who first? I say you messaged me first.
Yeah, you
No
messaged
way. I was not that brave. Okay.
You messaged. So, I viewed his profile because I found her nose was so cute. And then when I look at in his profile, she was looking for 23 years old and up, and I was only 19, I think, turning 20 at that time. So I was like, oh, so I was too young for him. But when I go back to the home, and then I saw a message, and it was you.
Now I remember. Yeah, she looked at my page and that gave me a little bit of confidence. I was like, oh wow, this beautiful young girl, maybe she's interested. So I sent her a message just saying hi and asking her
That's not your first
religion
message,
she
though.
was, I think. What was it?
Your first message was asking me about what's my religion.
I'm sure I said hi too.
Yeah, but
Violet, you're on. Alright, so a little bit of confusion there with the first message, but I'm sure I said hi. But I asked her what her religion was because my first relationship with a Filipina, we met in a bar and it didn't turn out well, so I didn't want to do that again. So I wanted to meet a God-fearing woman that was strong in her faith and not so much with liquor and booze. What was your first impression of me, honey, when I sent you? I think you already talked about that. You said you liked my nose. My first impression was she was like really beautiful, and I liked what she put on her profile. I don't really remember all that it said, but I liked that what was in her profile wasn't really, hey, look at me, even though she was extremely beautiful, and it was well written, so I thought, wow, she probably knows English pretty well. Huh.
That's fun.
I was gonna find out later that I don't know. Maybe she had some help writing it, but it was really well written, and it was in English, so I was impressed. What were you doing when you met?
What I'm doing?
Yeah. What were you doing when we met? What was your job?
I was a housemaid, house helper, kasambahay.
For some Chinese dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese family.
Me, I was in the military. I was toward the end of my career. I was really close to getting to retirement. I didn't know how close I was to retirement at the time. I thought it was about 5-6 years out, but it ended up being a lot shorter than that for other reasons. But all right. So, how long before we became boyfriend and girlfriend? I say it was about 2 months because we had a lot of interaction, sending back pictures, text. There was a lot of things that was really drawing me to you, and I think I was giving some of the same things to you.
2 months and a half.
Yeah, okay, 2.5. I'm going to go with her. She knows times better than me. You know, I'm a typical guy. I forget everything. I forget where the kitchen was if I couldn't smell the food. All right, who said I love you first? All right, I'm going to take this one because I'm positive I was the one who said I love you first. And I think it was because you were a bit shy to kind of admit how you felt about me.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Why don't you tell us? So here's the question. We'll add on to that a little bit. So when I told you I loved you, what was your feeling? Did you feel the same way? Or were you like, oh, that's too fast. This guy's crazy.
Well, I enjoyed talking to you for the past months. We talked like midnight in my time until midnight in my time. So I was happy. Like,
yeah. It was hard too because I had to wait until you were done with all of your chores and your duties before you were allowed to. All right. Who in your family did you tell first, and what was their reaction?
my sister.
Feel free to use Visayan if you're more comfortable. Or Tagalog. All right. Now a small tantrum here. Cut. Break. All right. We're just going to power through. So, what was Jerlin's reaction when you told her that you were dating some ruggedly handsome white dude online?
She was happy.
With an awesome nose line.
Sabi niya na, sa wakas, siguro matupad na yung pangarap mo. Ganun. And give me some advice.
What was the advice?
Like, just be careful.
Don't fall too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, typical sister stuff. So, me being almost twice Cheryl's age, she actually just turned 19 when we started talking, actually. She didn't turn 20 until the next year. But I told my mom first. And I told my mom because my parents were staying with me at the time, and I had my 3 kids at the time. My oldest son hadn't quite graduated yet. He graduated later that same year because we met in 2014. And I just remember my mom, who has since passed away, she cautioned me. She's like, you know, your ex was a Filipina. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Make sure it's real this time. It's not something that was disingenuous on the other person's part. And I never got that feeling from Cheryl. I thought like she was always committed to our relationship. She went out of her way to make time to chat with me because I was working. I would get off shift, and it's like it was crazy times just for us to get together and video chat or text message. But it was constant That was all I was thinking about every day from that first time I said, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? You know, that was my focus of my day. I couldn't wait to finish my work so that I could get a chance to message Cheryl or get on a video chat with her. Even though sometimes I would fall asleep during the chats,
Yeah.
but thankfully she didn't hold that against me too much. I mean, I did get a little bit of tempo the next time we called. She's be quiet for like 5 minutes of the next call, and I'm like, hey, come on, let's chat. And she's like, why? You're just gonna fall asleep again. And you know, I'm thankful that she was understanding, because I was working long hours, being in the military, and it was very tiring, especially here in Hawaii. It's hot outside, and we were doing a lot of outdoor training for the unit I was in at the time. So that was nice. Let's move on to the next question. How long were we in an LDR before our first meeting?
9 months.
9 months. There you go, guys. 9 months. That's a good timeline, you know. Some people it's faster, some people it's longer. I think it really depends on the people. So if you feel comfortable with each other and you have the time and the ability. It took 9 months for me because I had kids. I had to make arrangements for someone to watch them while I was gone. I wasn't quite sure that I wanted Cheryl to meet my kids right away. I wanted to make sure that everything was good, but I definitely wanted my kids to meet Cheryl before I made a decision to get married. And we can talk about that in a later video. Where did we first meet? Where did we first meet, honey?
Manila.
In Manila. Because you're from where?
Mindanao.
Mindanao.
Okay.
More specifically, Zamboanga del Sur. She's a princess down there. I keep telling you that, but
Can you stop?
it's true, guys. I mean, look at her. She's beautiful. What a lucky stiff I am, huh? Buong Imu, huh? Yeah. So, she was working in Manila. That was lucky for me, because I don't think I would have been able to find my way to Mindanao without getting lost the first time. But I definitely would have done it. I would cross all 7 seas if I had to, just to meet Cheryl, because she was that amazing to me. And you know, hey, we're still here and together, and things worked out great, and our family is happier than ever. So our first meeting was actually at the airport, because her uncle had a car, and he was kind enough to act as our driver the first time I went to meet her. We had a small snafu when we first met, but we'll get into that in a later video. This is getting kind of long. So to move things along, we'll get to our last question. And hopefully if you guys have any other questions, or you feel like we didn't give enough details, just, hey, put it down in the comments and we'll try to get to it in a later video. What was your first reaction to each other when we met? You go first, honey.
I was shy, but I don't know why I hugged him.
It's because I'm handsome. That's what it is. It's this nose right here. The nose. She was thinking all about the nose. Tell you what, I was sexier then. That was almost 6 years ago now. That was,
Yeah, it's not as big as this.
I've grown, but you know, I'm gonna work that off. I'm gonna get young and sexy again. So my first impression, and I'm not gonna go into this too much because I was blown away. I mean, I knew Cheryl was beautiful because she's been sending me pictures. I have a whole file folder on my computer because we came up with an agreement once we decided that we were gonna get engaged while we were LDR, that she would send me a new picture every day, and that was my big thing. I just wanted a picture every day, so I created a folder on my computer, said Cheryl picture of the day, and every time I get the picture, I put it in there. And while I was waiting to chat with her, what I would do is I'd bring up the pictures in the folder, and then I would just put it on like a continuous stream, and I would just bring the pictures up, and I would just sit there and stare at her because she was amazingly beautiful. But I'll tell you, at the airport, my gosh, when I saw her, I got weak in the knees. She was beautiful. I wish I had a video of it, but it was like I felt like she was at a movie star, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. It's not too much. I mean, it's true. And when we go into that later video, I'll prove it to you guys. I'll give you the details that tells you that what I'm saying was true, because it wasn't just me. There was another guy there too. So with that, I think before I go into a coughing fit and Scarlett gets too rambunctious, let's go ahead and close this out.
Thank you for watching, guys, and
we hope you enjoy the video. We really do.
Yeah.
And we hope that our experience can potentially help any of you out there that are thinking about meeting a foreigner, or a foreigner's thinking about meeting a Filipina. Hey, it's hit or miss, guys. But if you go for those good-hearted, God-fearing ladies in, you know, I'm going to admit it now, but, you know, hey, there are other places too, but I think are awesome and excellent. So, you know, hey, go for it. Be brave. And you may find the love of your life like I did. So please like, subscribe, and comment below. We'll talk to you guys on the next episode.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, baby.